Channel6.ca, supported by... Are you looking for a new career that pays well and takes care of you? Then join us at Pitt Ernie's. We are driven to excel. Are you?
There we are. The budget.
And just like that, the 2016 capital budget and 10-year plan is handed off to City Council and the public to review.
Well, I think that we got a tremendous amount of community feedback in the spring in preparing the budget. We've had a large number of surveys, but of course there's always the opportunity for something to come to light that was missed. So we hope that we get some feedback, and that feedback may well influence how we recommend to Council and how Council deliberates on the plan.
Our goal is to move the community forward and to respond to the changing and emerging issues that Red Deerians expect us to, and to do that in a financially responsible way.
We would welcome any thoughts that anybody has on the capital budget, but particularly on the capital plan beyond the current year, because the current year are a lot of essential needs and core infrastructure that we need to have to grow.
This budget will now go out to public facilities to allow a longer window this year for public feedback. We'll look forward to hearing further from Red Deerians, and Council will deliberate on November 24th.
So what can people expect to see in the capital plan and the capital budget?
When you look at this capital plan, it honors our commitments, for example, through the Winter Games. It accounts for investment in core infrastructure, which is in response to what Red Deerians have identified to us as their high priority areas. And it also does so in a way that demonstrates financial leadership. City
Council will review the 2016 $161 million capital budget. Also, we'll look at the long-term plan of the 2017 to 2025 capital plan, valued at $1.38 billion.
There's a lot of major road infrastructure as well as work at the wastewater and water treatment plant, but a lot of it is core infrastructure. And a number of the projects have been pre-approved. There are some costs related to 2 new fire halls, as well as the painting of the old CPR bridge across the Red Deer River. But a lot of the improvements all relate to our core infrastructure and expanding the roads and parks as the city grows.
We've really focused in the last few years in terms of shoring up and investing in maintenance. So when the city has facilities, it's important that we look after them before we invest in new, and so we're doing that. We're following through on those core commitments to the public.
Some of the projects that were previously approved and are being considered this year include the Red Deer Arena replacement. The old arena will be torn down and rebuilt from scratch at $21.5 million. Also, Great Chief Park enhancements, the Riverbend Recreation Area enhancements, and preservation. Also, a commitment to $11.5 million for the Gary W. Harris Center for Health and Wellness and Sport at Red Deer College. Many of those expenditures will help prepare Red Deer to host the Canada Winter Games in 2019.
We're also showing responsiveness and following through on the commitments to the Games, and we have a long-range plan for those additional community amenities that the people of Red Deer have requested, but that are very high-ticket items. And so when Council had adopted the capital savings plan last year, that capital savings plan is ultimately positioning us for new facilities and new amenities and growth in the future, but it ultimately protects our public, our community against future tax spikes.
Ranked number 2 in our amenity survey was the multi-use aquatic centre. And that is a very important position in our plan to begin development immediately after the Canada Winter Games.
While there are a lot of needs and some wants, Council will have to review this plan thoroughly, especially with one big obstacle in this way.
One of the new issues about the budget this year, for 2016, is that we're operating with a great number of uncertainties.
I think ultimately the objective is to bring stabilization to our local economy through public sector investment, but also be highly responsive to the emerging economic recession and to what is ultimately financial challenges in the community as a whole.